Hi everyone, Dan from Gem here. So today we're going to be looking at a delicious recipe for chocolate babka. So we're going to start off with 10 grams of instant yeast and we're going to add that to 175 grams of lukewarm water and give it a quick mix. So into a mixing bowl we're going to add 530 grams of all-purpose flour, 100 grams of granulated sugar and a couple of pinches of salt. Give that a quick mix together just to make sure everything's incorporated. So we're going to then add in 3 large eggs while the stand mixer is running on medium-low. And once that's all incorporated, we're going to take our yeast mixture, add that in slowly. So just going to let this run on medium-low speed up until you get a nice ball of dough. Once this is together, stop the mix, take the hook up and add in 150 grams of room temperature butter, preferably cubed as well, so just room temperature to make sure it mixes nice and quickly. Let that go again on medium low until all the butter is incorporated and you have a nice smooth dough. So you're going to grease your bowl. We're going to let that proof somewhere warm for about 2 hours or until double in size. Then we're going to chop up 180 grams of dark chocolate and add that into 120 grams of butter. After that, add 42 grams of cocoa powder and 105 grams of powdered sugar and whisk that all together until make sure it's nice and smooth. So once our dough is proofed, what we're going to do is split that into 2. You actually get 2 loaves out of this, which is great. So we're going to take the first one, flour the work surface and roll that out into a rectangle until it's about ½ an inch thick, and then drizzle your chocolate over that. Now at this stage, you're just going to spread the chocolate out as evenly as possible, leaving a bit of room on each side. So spread it out all as far as you can, but just leave a little bit to make sure you can roll it up properly. So you can see nice and spread. So even then at that stage, dip a pastry brush in water and you're just going to go around the edges nice and quick just to wet them to make sure it all sticks. Now just with this as well, once you get here, you can be pretty careful, like let that chocolate settle a little bit, cool down and roll up nice and easy. At this stage, I'd probably recommend throwing it in the fridge for a couple of minutes just to let that chocolate chill, and it just means there's a little bit less of a mess. So roll that up and then cut it in half lengthways using a bread knife, and all you're going to do is then tie one end together and just start braiding it just one over the other, back and forth up until you've gone the full way down. And what I'd like to do then is then take the other end, close that up, go back to the first end and just tighten that braid up a little bit, as you'll see here, just to make sure everything is nice and uniform and you get that lovely chocolate swirl. We're going to let it proof again for about an hour to an hour and a half at room temperature, and that's going to be in our greased 2-pound loaf tin. So hopefully you have 2 of those. And we're going to set the oven to preheat at 190 degrees and bake those for about 30 to 35 minutes. And while those is baking, we're just going to make a simple syrup out of granulated sugar, 80 grams, and about 80 grams of water as well. Mix that together, and as soon as the babka is out of the oven, brush that over and you can see a delicious finish there. So enjoy everyone.